All right. Everybody see here. Y'all know how I am. I'm not a big fanboy of Sony, bro. I'm actually a faithful hater of Sony, man. I'm going to keep it 100. I'm not even going to lie, man. These subjects are tough for me, but because let me keep it real. I'm a gamer first, right? So I love gaming. I do have multiple Sony systems, so I can't even cap. I can't even lie like I'm that much of a Sony hater. When a Sony game come out, I buy it and I play it on the low. But that's cool. I just don't let y'all know. That's me. But this right here, I kind of got to give it up, man. I got to give it up, bro. Sony is coming with something, bro. These systems, they've been dropping. The PlayStation 5 Pro, I know people talked about the $700 price tag. I'm not going to lie. They crazy. I gave Sony the pimp slap for you. That is wild, Sony, $700. Drop the price of the original PlayStation 4 and bring that price down to $600 for that Pro. You tripping. But other than that, to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the original PlayStation, Sony has revealed a limited edition PlayStation 5 Slim and a PlayStation 5 Pro, designed to mimic the look of the original PS1 console. Now, these special edition consoles feature a retro gray finish, similar to the color scheme of the original PlayStation 1 console, complete with classic multicolored PlayStation logo, alongside the console's matching DualSense and DualSense Edge controllers will also be available. Now, what I want to do is actually pull up pictures of this, because I do have pictures, all right? I want to go ahead and pull up beautiful pictures of this PlayStation 5 and just show you guys how it looks, all right? Now, you know when Windows craps on you? Like you click Windows Explorer and it does nothing? That's what just happened. But it caught up. It caught up, okay? Don't trip on me. I'll get on you. Double click. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up on screen. Everybody let me know if this shows correctly. You know, sometimes things may be off. They don't look correctly 100 times. I like to make it look 100. All right? So let's see if this works. All right. Bam. Let's pull this over here. Bring it up. And share screen. All right, Restream. Don't fail me, Restream. Please don't. I'll snuff your ass. My bad. Yeah, my bad. I almost snuffed my webcam, man. My bad. All right, there we go. Now, what happened to why did I get low all of a sudden? Yo, this is, all right. We cool. Can y'all still hear me okay? All right, we good. So, PlayStation 5 Pro and PlayStation 5 Digital Edition 30th anniversary. Let's get to these pictures, man. Now, they got a video here. I might just scroll through the video. What we got some pictures. Y'all got to have some pictures, man. Y'all ain't got no pictures, Eurogamer? Oh, that's crazy. Well, we going to go ahead and just take a quick look through the video.
Hi, I'm...
Mute that. We don't need to hear nothing. We're not trying to get any type of strikes or any of that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing none of that. All right? So let's get to it. We just want to see the pictures. We don't need to see all that. All right, let's look at that. Let's pull it up on big screen. All right, that looks pretty good, man. I can't even lie. Yo, you know what? We disrespecting. We got to go to YouTube. My bad, YouTube.
This PS5 looks pretty familiar for me.
Yeah. So,
my bad. I ain't mean to do you like that, YouTube. Let me stop the sharing. Get it pulled up on YouTube. I know YouTube. My bad. I ain't mean to do y'all like that, man. Here you go. I got you up. All right, cool. There you go. Stop tripping. All right, so here we go.
It has a PlayStation 30th anniversary printing, and then on top.
All right, there we go. So, I don't want to play the audio at all, bro. And I don't even want to play the video too much because I already know they probably flagged me for what I did just now. But you can see the nice little touches they're putting on it to make it just like that classic, man. I'm not going to lie. For those who don't remember the original PlayStation 1, you're crazy. Now, let me get to the chat. Dr. Specimen, dap me up. I see you in the chat. Joe, okay. Nick. Yeah, he said put it for the ad. Man, you know it was a dude, man. I couldn't do nothing, man. It was a dude popped up first, man. I could have did the female thing, Now, here we go. I'm going to go ahead. Look at that controller, bro. I'm hating. I ain't going to lie, Sony. You know what? I ain't even going to do it. I'm going to let them get a sound, man. Good job, bro. Great job. I'm not even going to lie. That is beautiful, man. That is a beautiful controller. It damn near kind of looked like this controller I got for little to nothing. You know what I'm saying? From some rinky-dink, who knows where. But still, the beautiful classic look with the colors, sleek. I can't even lie. I ain't gonna hate. One thing I don't like, though, I don't like that control pad. Look, you need something. When I'm throwing a fireball, it need to connect, man. It need to connect, man. When I'm throwing a Hadouken fireball, it need to connect. I don't need the old school when I'm trying to throw a Hadouken fireball. But there we go. I just had to say that. All right? Now, we want to go ahead. Let's take a couple other ones. I want to see what else they got. I love this right here. This is beautiful to me because it keeps that same classic look of a plug-in for a memory card, controller. You know, it still keeps the same classic look. And that is probably my highlight of the entire thing. Like, this right here is probably like one of the, like, it's like putting a cherry on top of the cake, man. Like, this is beautiful right there. I can't even hate. And really, I can't hate. Now we can go ahead and look at some other things. Oh, my God. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm hating on Sony, bro. I'm hating on Sony, man. Sony is doing it. They doing it and doing it and doing it damn wild, man. This is crazy. Everything looking good. Come on, man. My bad, y'all. I went on a rant. My bad. I'm sorry. But these look great, man. They look great. I can't even hate. Every time I'm taking, look at the little touches. Oh, my God. Man, get this out of here, man. I don't even want to look at this no more, man. Let's cut this off, bro. Let's cut this shit off, man. I don't even want to talk about Sony, man. This bullshit ass shit. Oh, I forget I'm live. Yo, anyways, man. Sony, congratulations, man. Beautiful system. I'm not gonna lie. These these 30th editions, man, they are gorgeous. Now, let me go ahead and give some more detail on these, though. Sony is releasing only 12,300 units of the PS5 Pro 30th Anniversary Edition. A nod to the original PlayStation's December 3rd, 1994 launch date. Each console will be individually numbered, adding to its collectability, and pre-orders will begin on September 26th. So guys, September 26th, if you are able to grab one of these consoles, you do have like this wonderful collectible that's probably going to be worth a lot of money. And even immediately, you might get this and someone may immediately pay over, a lot of money for it. So September 26th, I want all you guys to get your bots ready because that's what most of you going to be doing. All right. If you don't, you're losing. All right. Because the bots is out there. But nonetheless, go ahead and give your shot and see if you can get it. Now, I will say this is a nostalgic masterpiece for gamers, but my big fear in this is the scalping capabilities, y'all. I just mentioned bots. Do y'all think a human gonna get this? I mean, a bot's gonna work for a human, but I mean, do you think how many? Okay, let's do this. Let's play a game. Okay. How many humans do you think are going to actually make it through the purchase system and be able to purchase this item? Human beings.
Me.
All right. Dr. Specimen, how are you doing, sir?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Now, I'm curious what people think. Now, Dr. Specimen, how many people do you think?
I'm betting a handful of YouTubers, some guy from Croatia, and the rest are going to be scalping warehouses.
Yep. I pretty much agree to that. Scalpers have mastered the market. It's pretty much, they are making money hand over foot. I just showed a retro game system that I was playing, which I might pull up later. You know what I mean? Just to show everybody how it looks. But it's nothing you can do, bro. So I hope I'm gonna try to get one. I'm gonna let everybody know I'm gonna try to get one. But I'm gonna try to fight. I'm gonna try to fight with a bot. I'm definitely fighting with a bot. I'm letting everybody know.
Like a 20th anniversary one or a 25th anniversary? I can't remember which.
I forgot which. This is a 30th anniversary. All right, so this is a 30th anniversary. I'm not sure if they
2019. So yeah, no, they might have. I swear they did a PS4. They did a PS4 version of this. Actually, I know they did.
They probably have, and that's why I said. That's why I'm not even going to say for certain. They probably have. But of course, everybody wants to go back to retro now. That's where everything is. It's in retro gaming, right? That's where the whole money is.
So retro.
I know, man. Retro bros. So other than that, we got to look at it, man. Well, hey, I'm a faithful hater. What's going on?
You want to know the best place to play your retro games?
What's that?
SNES Classic Edition. Problem with that though is there's not enough games on it. So if you want more games on it, then you got to get the.
I already knew it was coming to. You know how some people know, like to say, because we do this all day, you know what I'm saying? But everybody else may not know. I'm like, I know where this going.
Some people are going to be so confused. Like, what the fuck is
Look,
that?
he about to hit it, y'all. Look on the soundboard. I'm like, the soundboard. You know, we ain't even got to do winks. You know, some people be like, hey, man, do a little. We got a private chat. You know what I mean? I ain't had to do nothing. But 30th edition, Dr. Specimen, before I move on to the next topic, what do you think about it overall? 1 to 10. How do you feel?
Like just based on looks?
Yeah, just based on looks.
7.5.
Okay.
Great paint job, but I get why they're doing it. It's to distract from the shittiness of the PS5 Pro launch. I'm sorry, I'm not letting it completely slide. It's a good paint job. It would have looked just as fine on the regular PS5, but they shoehorned it for the PS5 Pro just to get that extra, that extra goodwill from people, and I'm not letting them have it.
Now, Dr. Specimen, I want to unpack on that. The disastrous PS5 Pro launch. Now, we do know one of the major factors was the price tag, right? $700. That was a big one.
Completely
but also
fucking insane.
Yeah, insane. But no disk drive. Which a lot of people think if I'm going to go with no disk drive, then why don't I just purchase the one with the disk drive? Can you explain that, Dr. Specimen, like what the marketing department may have been thinking at the time? I'm just curious.
I have no fucking clue. Here's my thing, okay? Up until the PS4, graphics were just getting better and better and better. The PS4 Pro, as much as checkerboard rendering kind of sucked, it had a purpose. Graphics improved significantly from 2013 to, what was it, like 2017, 2016, when the PS4 Pro launched?
That's about
Same
good.
thing. Xbox One to the Xbox One X, very big. I don't think that used checkerboard rendering, but even if it did use a bit of checkerboard rendering, it had a purpose. And shit, like the Xbox One S was like, hey, can't really play games in 4K, but we're going to support 4K video output so that you can use the new 4K Blu-ray drive to watch your 4K movies. Okay, cool. Makes perfect sense.
You're breaking it down.
Nothing has changed from 2020 to 2024 in terms of game quality. Maybe ray tracing, but no one cares. No one cares about ray tracing.
You don't even hear about it anymore. It used to be a big thing, talked about a lot. But now you really don't even hear about it even as much from the enthusiasts like you used to.
You know what? You know what the PS4 Pro should do?
What's
the
that?
PS4 Pro, or the PS5 Pro, I should say, should be a PS5 with a slight tweak to whatever hardware is on it that allows you to turn off ray tracing. Because guess what? Your games will look 90% as good and will run 30% faster. I bullshitted those numbers. Those are probably way too conservative. I bet it'd run even better than 30% better, and it probably would still look 95% as good.
He's right. And that's a big complaint that a lot of people, and I want to give credit to Microsoft. Microsoft has a lot of games where you are able to get into those settings and disable. Right? And now I don't know on Sony side, but I know Microsoft has a lot of games where you are able to get in. So I love that answer. I think that's a great, 7.5 to 10, the paint job and everything. Now, me, myself, I will say I'm a faithful Sony hater. I've told everybody. But that digital console to me was the dumbest damn thing since Microsoft said their system was going to be online only.
Well, and let me give you
flat out.
Let me give you a personal reason why I don't like digital consoles. I just had to deal with this yesterday. I was on my Switch in the living room playing some games, and I was like, you know what? Just go check the eShop. Just troll the eShop. Haven't done it in a very long time. Let's see what there is. And after kind of looking with my roommate, we were just like looking at stuff, and we were looking at really these like shitty kind of mobile game ports. I was looking at it, and I'm like, hey, I recognize that publisher, Cubic Games. Why do I recognize that? I go to them, and I go, oh shit, they published the Bit Trip collection port on the Switch. you know what? I don't got a lot of money right now, but you know what? I always love me some Bit Trip. Let me just buy the Switch port so I can say I bought the Switch port. So I did that. But guess what? I don't really care too much to play that on my Switch. You know what I want to play it on? I want to play that bitch on my Steam Deck. I'd rather play it on my Steam Deck. And here's the problem. If I had a game card, you know what I'd have to do? Either one, boot my emunand, pop my card in, dump it to my SD card, or pop out my nifty MIG dumper and or extractor when I eventually get that, and dump the game card directly to my computer. It's that simple. What did I have to do for this? Well, I could have redumped my whole system, man, and then dumped it using my emuland. But no, I had to take the risk of booting Sysnan custom firmware so I could open up Goldleaf and dump all the games. You think I was comfortable doing that? Fuck no, I wasn't. It was really uncomfortable. But I did it. I'm not banned from the eShop yet, thank God. Seems like I'll be all right. I didn't touch anything besides going right into the album and loading up Goldleaf. But it is so much more. A, it's so much more risky, and B, it's so much more difficult because if I didn't have a mod chip Switch, if this Switch I had, which is a 2018 Switch, so it's past Fuse delay, I'd have to be going out, buying a mod chip, doing the whole mod chip process, figuring out how the custom firmware works, getting an emuland set up, or just having to take the risk on Sysnan just to dump my fucking games. Meanwhile, I could get the emuland set up, dump the card by just putting the card in, because I can go between the emuland and the regular NAND, or just spend $60, buy a dumper, or $30 when the extractor comes out, buy a dumper, dump that shit straight to my computer. It is a method of control. That's why they want digital. It's so much easier to dump, even if you need to get a hardware dumper. You just need to figure out how to decrypt that shit. Maybe make the person get the key. Maybe go on the shadier side like Mig and just include all the software and just let them get seized to customs. Buy a dumper, dump that shit straight to your computer. You can't do that without some serious fucking work if you want to do that through digital stuff, because you know that they've got 25 and a half layers of encryption on that hard drive, and good luck getting to it all through the system software and different hidden partitions and all that kind of shit. You don't have to worry about that with physical media because you don't have to worry about your system software or your save games or anything like that. You just worry about the game itself.
Hey, you broke it down well. It was kind of, and I touched earlier, I know it wasn't here, but there was actually a counterfeit ring, busted 12,000 consoles, 47 million pirated games, yada, yada, a bunch of stuff like that.
47 million.
Yo, I laughed at that too. They said 47 million. And I'm like, in the court case, how much they're going to say that's worth? 47 million. Oh my goodness. They're going to put retail
dozens of billions. Genuinely.
It's crazy how they get these numbers, man. It's crazy. And you're right. I do believe in the digital control. You're right. Once you take away that physical drive, any barrier they want to put up for you to go through, Sony is actually dealing with shit now, multiple things, and I'm gonna go on that. But God of War, right? It's a sign-in requirement. People don't like that shit. It's getting review bombed. Okay, I do believe Sony is going through like a bad PR time, and
it's like the PS3 era.
Ooh, like that.
It's exactly like the PS3 era, and even including having a bad price on a system.
Yeah, down to damn, you're right. That price was ridiculous when that PS3 dropped. Everybody was like, "What the?"
If the PS5 Pro cost $700, but it included a disc drive, I wouldn't have cared. Honestly, fine. It's really expensive, but you know what? Honestly, I think it's a needless upgrade to begin with. You know what? It's no different from say having I don't really like the PCification of consoles, but fine. You want to have an RTX 4060 console and an RTX 4090 console, fine. It's simple. Do you want the runs your games perfectly fine console, or do you want the you get anal at every single pixel console? It's an easy two choices. But the absolute non-starter for me is not having a way to use physical media on it in the box. They want you. They hope that you either don't have enough money or that you just don't care enough at the end of the day to get that disc drive, so that you start buying physical games again. I even had a friend of mine who he pretty much buys all his games physical. He wanted his games dumped, and guess what? Nintendo can't bitch at me because they're like, oh, you had to give him your Switch or whatever. Like, there's a chance that he could have touched your system and you didn't own it. Nope. You know what I did? Threw him my MIG dumper. He got his own cable, plugged that shit into his computer. I never had to touch any of his games. All of his games went straight to his computer, and the dumper went back to me. Simple as. No piracy, no nothing. No one can tell me that anything that happened there was immoral and, in my opinion, illegal. Because I think I think all these game companies wrapping encryption around their software just to then cry circumvention.
Yeah, circumvention
should be illegal. And I think if a serious judge who wasn't, who actually was willing to listen to both sides instead of whoever had the most money to dump into lawyers, would look at it and go, we've allowed for personal backups of games to exist for decades, and it's only changed because they're using a loophole with anti-circumvention. That is bullshit. Consumers deserve more protection than that. And what are they going to do? They're going to say, fine, maybe that is coming. Maybe that tidal wave is coming where we could put any kind of encryption and use proprietary software to make sure that our stuff is checked. And a judge could tell us, fuck off, we can't do that. Okay, fine. We'll just make sure that there's no way in hell the consumer will ever have access to the game code. And if they do get access to it, we'll ban them, we'll threaten them, we'll do whatever we can to make sure that no one can touch the code that we have under any circumstances. And shit like this, you don't think it is, but you look at shit like this and call me a look. I'm probably sounding like a more serious psycho conspiracy theorist than my normal mean.
Yeah, they thinking you serious now, man.
This shit pisses me off. It always just pisses me off.
Yeah.
What's up, Slick?
What's going on, Dapper Sup, Slick? We see you in there, man. We here doing the Thug Dizzle. One because I want to go on to the next one, but Dr. Spencer, one last thing. I'm moving. This is not necessarily on the PlayStation thing, but Steam Deck and Grand Theft Auto 5. There was a recent update that made Grand Theft Auto 5 no longer playable for the Steam Deck based on some anti-cheat, like you mentioned, some more, let's say, security, right? And now that game is not playable for Steam Deck users. I'm not sure if they fixed that or not, but that's the last I've heard. Have you heard anything about that? And is that along the same line of what you're saying kind of right now? Is that you're having these game companies saying, hey, here's our anti-cheat. Oh, well, since your Steam Deck hardware or software is not capable of doing XYZ, you're not going to be capable to run this game.
So I could go on for a long time about this, but I'll hit the highlights. No, it has not been resolved. Well, I guess it has been resolved because Valve and Rockstar have just straight up said, yeah, no, it's no longer Steam Deck compatible. They just said that. They're like, we're not going to try to fix this. We're not going to remedy this. It's just no longer compatible. However, the best part about this is I posted this to my Twitter. I was sent an image. It wasn't the person who sent it to me. He said he didn't do this and I didn't do this. But allegedly, if you put in a support ticket, not a refund request, but a support ticket with Steam and say, hey, I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 and I played on my Steam Deck and now it is no longer compatible. I know it's past the date and I've played the game too much, but I would still like a refund because otherwise I'm not going to be able to play this game. I only really play it on my Steam Deck anymore. Valve support will say, we understand. Here's your money back. Give it 2 to 3 business days.
That makes sense. That's actually smart, bro.
Now, I haven't heard
that's
of...
reasonable. I can't even imagine that's reasonable.
I haven't heard of more cases of this happening, but I have seen at least one, I think maybe 2 of cases. I haven't been looking very hard because I play GTA 5 on my laptop anyways. All right. Quite frankly, I probably should refund it because I don't play it that much, and it would be kind of funny but whatever.
Now refund it and use. That would be funny, but I hear you. I have it because I feel like you never know. A lot of people have the game. You get friends that might want to play it, and at least you have it, right?
I'm thinking in my mind, Valve is being. I mean, this should be the bare minimum, but fine. Valve's being generous, so to speak, by allowing these refunds to go through. I feel like if I put a refund in, I would be abusing it. I have 2 Windows computers perfectly capable of playing GTA 5. I'm not the person who maybe never really cared about Steam that much besides maybe to play a couple of indie, to download Undertale or something, right? Maybe play a couple of indie games. And then they were like, oh shit, Steam Deck's at a reasonable price and it's portable. I can get into PC gaming finally. And they get it and they're like, oh, this is awesome. I'm going to buy 10, I got a lot of Christmas money to buy 10 AAA games, and one of them happened to be GTA 5. And then, let's say they got it last Christmas. Less than a year later, your GTA 5 is borked. That's the kind of person that deserves a refund in this case. And I don't want to take away from them. I don't want to waste Valve's time on that.
No, that's good. Good job.
And
there was something else, because I know you mentioned some different highlights. Was there another highlight there?
Technically, GTA 5 is not totally borked. From what I've heard, the anti-cheat only actually activates when you go online. So if you like story mode, you can still play story mode.
All right, that's good. Okay, let's give a little clap. A little clap for that.
It's like Halo. It's like Master Chief Collection. And maybe Infinite. I don't know the other one, but the Master Chief Collection, you can now easy anti-cheat works with Linux, it seems like, or like the compatibility layer they made for it. But you can, if you want to play with mods, you can. There's a separate launch option to start without the anti-cheat, so you can't go online, but you can play with mods. So it seems like that's kind of
okay. Some people don't play online, right? Some people just play single player.
Well, and that's kind of my thing. I don't really play online because playing online requires effort. Story mode, you kind of can just. I just use it to fuck around every once in a while, just kind of do some sandbox stuff. And generally, what happens is I'll go in, I'll try to do something for 5 minutes, I'll get bored, and I'll just I'll turn every cheat on and just start killing everyone just because I get bored.
Same thing with me. I wind up turning Grand Theft
I'm mentally sound, I promise.
I turned it into a trainer mode. Pretty much, I would run a trainer, and I would just turn myself into, another person, turn myself into an animal, turn myself into, it's like at that point, you're trying everything else. I agree. That's kind of.
I will also say too, I love how Valve is, and this is more of a testament to the Steam Deck itself, that what they're doing is they're not bending the knee to Windows by basically saying, if it doesn't work on Linux, it's not getting Steam Deck. Or if it doesn't work on Linux and we can't make it work with Proton, we're not letting it be verified. We're not going to force people to install Windows in order to play your game, and we're not going to mislead people by saying, oh yeah, it works on the Steam Deck, but really it means you need to go through the process of installing Windows and installing all the drivers that we graciously support. We give you pretty much all the drivers you need for Windows to run if you would like to, but we're never going to force you. And if anything, we'd actually recommend you don't. Stay with our custom OS. It works well. We make it work, and we take care of all the bullshit that's necessary to tell Microsoft to eat some shit.
Bam. Way to drop it.